Number 5. They Live. They Live is about a wanderer without meaning in his life, who one day discovers a pair of sunglasses capable of showing the world the way it truly is. As he walks the streets of Los Angeles, he notices that both the media and the government are compromised of subliminal messages meant to keep the population subdued. He also noticed that most of the social elite are skull-faced aliens obsessed with world domination. Guys, what John Carpenter did with They Live is give us a warning. Over time, I think people caught on, but when he first released the film, most didn't understand. But since everything plus more that happened in this film is taking place in present-day America, I think it's pretty much safe to say it's a must-watch for everyone. Number 4. Devil's Advocate. Devil's Advocate is about a defense lawyer, Kevin Lomax, who accepts a high-powered position at a New York law firm. As Kevin moves up in the ranks, his wife Marianne has several frightening mystical experiences that begin to warp her sense of reality. With the stakes getting higher and higher with each case, Kevin quickly learns that his mentor is planning a far greater evil than simply winning a case. Guys, Devil's Advocate is in my top 3 movies of all time. I mean, you'll love it. It's so dope and so real and so raw. I just don't want to give too much away. You know, it's hard to speak on this movie without giving so much away. So, everyone, this is a must watch. Number 3, Eyes Wide Shut. This is a classic movie, definitely in my top 5 of all time. Tom Cruise plays a character, Bill Hartford, who's become interested in having a sexual encounter after his wife admits to having sexual fantasies about another man. He will later run into an old friend and be pulled deep inside a world of the Illuminati or the elite, you know, whatever you would want to say. There is no other movie that will give you so much about what really goes on at the elite secret society, Illuminati parties, as well as just how things operate at this level. Nothing is what it seems. Definitely a must watch. It's about 3 hours long and may have gotten a legend, Stanley Kubrick, murdered. Number 2, George Orwell's 1984. 1984 is about a man who loses his identity while living under a repressive regime. In a story based on George Orwell's classic novel, Winston Smith is a government employee whose job involves the rewriting of history in a manner that casts his fictional country's leaders in a charitable light. His relationship with Julia provides his only measure of enjoyment, but lawmakers frown on the relationship, and in this closely monitored society, there is no escape from Big Brother. Guys, I refer to this film all the time in my videos, so I'm not going to spoil it, but if you want to see the dystopian society we may be headed for in the near future, I suggest you watch 1984. Number 1, Midsommar. To me, Midsommar was one of the best movies of 2019. A couple traveled to Sweden to visit their friend's rural hometown for its fabled Midsummer Festival, but what begins as an idyllic retreat quickly gets what seems violent and bizarre at the hands of a pagan cult. Directed by Ari Aster, Midsommar gives you an up-close and personal look at pagan way of living as well as their Midsummer Festival, which takes place in June and is a celebration of the summer solstice, the longest day of the year. I'm now going to point out a few things I noticed in this film that no one else is talking about. First is at the 24 minutes and 19 second timestamp. After they land in Sweden and are now in the car traveling to where the pagans live, which is about a 4-hour drive from the city, to the left of your screen you'll see an all-seeing eye in the grass. This was no coincidence. Then the camera angle flips upside down and you're just watching the film upside down for a while. This to me symbolized crossing over into another realm. Duality, as above, so below. Now at the 58-minute timestamp, the entire pagan community is taking place in a ritual. In their culture, they believe that at the age of 72, you should jump to your death because you have served your life purpose. Now at this timestamp, they put everyone who is there in the camera, so there is no one behind any of the actors but the viewer at this time, right? So right before the ritualistic ceremony is going to begin, someone from the commune looks back directly in the camera for a few seconds. Understand, this is done to include the viewer at home in the ritual. So if you watch this movie, you did in fact take part in the ritual itself. Another thing I'd like to point out is the runes you will see everywhere. Runes are letters. They're part of the runic alphabet that was used in Northern Europe before the eventual adoption of the Latin alphabet. Guys, so understand the runes you see in basically every scene, whether it's on the wall or clothing, are real. They're not just scribbles. You are looking at a dead or forgotten language, and I think that's just another dope aspect to make this more authentically unmatched. You know, pagans have a long-rooted history on this earth, and at one point were banned from using their spiritual practices. But then today, most of your calendar and the holidays you celebrate every single year, their true origins are pagan. Now I'm going to give you guys an exclusive look at my DVD collection. And then after that, like, comment, subscribe. Until next time.